Hello and welcome everyone back to our Introduction to Meditation Level 1 program. My name is Venerable Tarpa and I am thrilled to be your guide in today's class. So today begins our second week of our 3-week program. And in today's class, we're going to be exploring the 4 classic meditation positions. But first, like always, let's review a little bit of what we learned in our last class. In last week's class, we learned the basics about meditation, that meditation is a method for developing the mind, focused on gaining mastery over the mind and its processes, a method aimed at becoming more consciously aware and present in our daily lives. We learned our initial aim is to discover and develop the mental state of presence in a state in which we are fully aware and engaged in the present moment, in the here and now, without being lost in thought and distraction. Who's present right now? I am. And we also learned the 3-breath meditation to use throughout your day. I hope you used it and enjoyed it. It's a favorite practice of mine. For our first week of practice, we all engaged in calm, abiding meditation with noting, and you were asked to keep up a twice-a-day meditation schedule, which is not always easy to do the first week. And we provided a guided daily practice video to help you do just that. Hey, how was everybody's first week of practice? Oh, we got some thumbs up. Good to hear. Was it difficult to keep up a twice-a-day meditation practice? You start to do this and you start to realize, wow, there's a lot of other stuff going on as well. How do I do it all? Yeah. And if you weren't, don't feel bad. It's something that just takes some practice. Most people get the first one in pretty good. It's the second one that's a challenge for people. And what happens is you have to slowly learn how to integrate it into your life. And especially once it starts to become important to you, you just find the space for it. And remember, we're at this stage, we're only asking you to meditate for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So if you think about it, that should be fairly easy to accommodate. But do the best job you can. It'll get easier as you move along. Oh, so did you find the 3-breath meditation useful and were you able to incorporate it into your day? Did anybody find any good times that they found it useful? Jen?
I wasn't here for the first class. Could you quickly go over what the 3-breath meditation is, please?
I would love to. So it's quite simple. It's becoming present, you're closing your eyes, having a pretty straight back, uh, and taking 3 full conscious breaths, and deeply focusing on the breath itself. They're just mini short meditations, and it's amazing. It's an amazing way to bring freshness and vitality to your life. So I find like I like to do it between activities. So if I'm writing and I finish something before I start the next project, I'll just stop for a second and do a 3-breath meditation. I like to do it before meals. I think it's a great way to do that. And just anytime I just need to take a little break to clear my head a little bit, to put myself in a better state. Yeah. Okay. And the recording for last week's class is on our YouTube channel and in our social media, Jen, if you need to take a look at that. Okay. Hey, then let's move on to today's class. Before exploring the 4 classic meditation postures, I'd like to guide you in a short 10-minute meditation that introduces the unique way SBT likes to lead our meditation session, a method that we believe ensures effective and productive practice. And I'd like to share that in actual practice. In this meditation, we'll be using the calm abiding meditation technique with noting that you've been practicing throughout the week. So, let's begin by muting our audio, taking our seats, and getting comfortable. Your hands can be placed on your thighs. Close your eyes, begin to relax while breathing naturally through your nose. And now take a moment to set your intentions and aim by reflecting on the importance of your practice. Next, look straight up at the ceiling and take 3 full breaths. This opens our posture and pathways while stopping us from falling forward during meditation, which is often a problem. And when finished, you can lower your gaze. And now on to our 7-point checklist. Number 1, posture. Sit in a comfortable yet alert posture, as if being drawn upwards by a string attached to the crown of your head. 2, hips. Roll your hips forward, accentuating the gentle inward curve of the lower back. 3, joy. Smile and begin to generate a pleasant and pleasurable mental state. 4, acceptance. Sit as an open observer without striving, without judgment, without concern. 5, equanimity. Use your breath to calm your mind, establishing an effortless contentment. 6, awareness. Become present while establishing a clear, alert, and bright mental state. And number 7, engage. Focus on your breath, switch on and let go. When ready, silently say the word meditating to begin your meditation. Bring your full attention to the inflow and outflow of your breath while doing your best to sustain it. When you notice your mind has wandered away from the breath, you silently note it, thinking. Then return to your breath while saying meditating to reinitiate your meditation. slowly begin to come back. And take a moment to observe how you feel. As I recite our meditation dedication, as we arise from our meditation, feel joy from fulfilling our ongoing wish to develop ourselves. May we sustain throughout the day the meditative equanimity that we've cultivated. May our own peace, stability, and contentment extend to and nurture others. May our efforts encourage and support all those cultivating awakening. How was your meditation? Did you enjoy the way SBT leads our meditations? It's kind of nice, huh? The 7-point checklist and the dedication at the end. Yeah, that's wonderful. So much of good meditation is all about the preparation. So that's a very useful practice. So how about we move on to today's class? So today we're going to be learning the 4 classic meditation positions, that of standing, sitting, standing, walking, and laying meditation. I hope everybody was able to familiarize themselves with this week's text study material from our program text. Um, the Buddha instructed his followers to practice meditation in each of these 4 postures. Uh, in each of these positions, we use the same basic meditation technique that you've learned so far, including maintaining that bright, clear, alert state of mind. The greatest benefit is that they bring variety to your practice, keeping it fresh while helping to fully integrate our practice within our lives. However, always consider how each position works best for you, taking into account your own flexibility and physical health concerns. Some of us simply can't do some of the positions, and others can do them all. Think of them as tools in your meditation toolbox. Ultimately, you're the one who decides which postures work best for you. So let's begin by exploring the stationary positions of standing, sitting, and lying. Because our class is online, we'll only be visualizing our instruction. Later on your own, you can experiment with them in your practice. So as I share these techniques, try to visualize the instructions. So we've already learned sitting meditation in our first lesson. We recommend sitting either on a chair or on a firm cushion on the floor with your legs crossed. Oh, I almost forgot. I got some slides to share with everybody. Oh, 1 second. I am ill prepared. Where are my slides? Ah, good. 1 second. I forgot all about these, everybody. Let me square this on my screen for you. Oh, there we go. And our dear friend Karma was kind enough to model these positions for us. Come on, Zoom. There it is. Okay, that's sitting on a chair. And that's sitting cross-legged on the floor. And we have a few. So this is cross-legged. Oh, then we have standing position. 1 second. Let me not get ahead of myself. So while sitting in a chair, let's move back. I have a little to share. Okay. While sitting on a chair, choose a stable chair. I like a kitchen chair, but you can sit in any kind of comfortable chair. And And you can sit in whatever position works best for you. Um, uh, Find a position that's the most comfortable that you can sit in for a while. Your hands can be placed on your thighs. When sitting on the floor, there are various positions for meditation, depending on, again, your flexibility. And you can find detailed images of these in the program text, which you've already seen. Which is the best posture for you? It's the posture that you can sit in comfortably for an extended amount of time. There's cross-legged. Okay. That's the position the Buddhist advised. The Buddha didn't talk about all these half lotus and all those. The Buddha simply said just find a spot under a tree and sit cross-legged. So our next position is standing meditation. I particularly enjoy this um, myself when I'm standing in front of a scenic view or basking in some sunshine. Say I'm going for a short walk and you come across just a beautiful scenic view to look over, and I'll just stop and meditate. To begin, stand in a normal, comfortable stance, straight and alert but not rigid, with your feet shoulder width apart. And everyone comments, Karma's feet are together. Yeah, but we like them a little further apart. You'll get better balance that way. Your arms can be at your side, or they can be held at your chest with the right hand um, held in a loose fist at the center of your chest with your left hand wrapped around it. This is a classic hand position in Buddhism. It's actually a very comfortable way to hold your hands. Your eyes can be open or closed. You relax while breathing naturally through your nose. Then you follow the regular calm abiding instructions that we have. One of the ways that makes this position a bit easier is to rest your arms on a high back chair, a porch rail, a fence, something like that, like in this picture. And this adds more stability and allows for a deeper, more comfortable meditation. Here at Nawang's house on the back deck, he's got a nice rail that goes around. So I'll go out in the morning, stand with my face in the sun. I'll hold on to the rail for stability and feel the breeze on my face. It's absolutely lovely. I don't do standing meditation for an extended amount of time personally. I do it for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. It's up to you. Our next position is lying meditation or laying. I'm not sure which it is, lying or laying. Um, as you can imagine, this is a great meditation for bedtime or when waking in the morning. The traditional posture is lying on your back, legs together, arms at your sides, but I find any lying position can be used. I do this lying on my side or others. To begin, you assume your chosen laying position, whatever that might be. Your eyes can be closed or half open. Relax while breathing naturally through your nose and follow again our regular calm abiding instructions. During laying meditation, the biggest challenge, of course, is not falling asleep. One of the ways that I like to do this, I like to do this outside, especially if I'm visiting something like a park or a botanical garden. And what I do is I look for a slope, a nice little grassy slope, and I lay on the slope so I'm not completely flat. And being outside, it's less likely I'll fall asleep. And I can look up and watch the clouds, but that is the perfect way to do this meditation. I'm really quite fond of it. Does anybody have any questions so far about our static positions? Pretty straightforward, huh? Okay, are you ready to move on to walking meditation? Are you sure? Okay. So, This is a favorite practice for those who find seated meditation difficult, um, and those who find it physically challenging to sit for a prolonged period of time, or people that just find meditation boring. Walking meditation follows the same techniques as sitting meditation. However, you have a wider choice of objects of meditation. You can follow the breath like we've been doing. You can follow the feeling of your feet meeting the ground, which is one of my favorites. How about the sensation of motion? You can focus on the feeling of the swinging of your limbs. You can also use noting, or any combination of these. With noting, you can say every other step, you could say stepping or walking, right? So there are two main forms of walking meditation. There's strolling and pacing. The strolling technique is for when we have some room to walk casually. And yes, I have another slide for you. And this one's a video of our dear Karma. So this simple method looks no different than regular walking, so it's a good technique for practicing in public spaces. It starts as a relaxing stroll, a bit slower than your regular walking speed. Your eyes are looking forward while your arms can swing naturally at your sides. Breathing can be done either through the mouth or the nose. As you begin to walk, focus and try to sustain your attention on the sensation of your feet meeting the ground. When your mind wanders away from the sensation, you gently bring it back and begin again, just like our seated meditation. You can also bring your breath into the experience if you wish. You can focus on the inflow and outflow of your breath as well. So that looks pretty easy, huh? Okay. The second pacing technique is useful indoors or in small spaces. The slow pacing method allows for a deeper walking meditation experience. It starts as a very slow pacing. Any distance is acceptable. Generally, the shorter the distance, the slower the pacing speed. Your eyes are looking forward or slightly downward. You breathe naturally through your nose. Your arms can be at your sides or held at the chest, again, with the right hand held in a loose fist and the left hand wrapped around it at the chest. As you begin to walk, focus and try to sustain your attention on the sensation of your feet meeting the ground. When your mind wanders away from the sensation, gently bring it back and begin again. You can also bring your breath into the experience if you wish. However, if you are pacing in a straight line, once you get to the end of your line, you'll need to know how to turn around mindfully. Um, Traditionally, turning is done by stopping at the end of your line with both feet together. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I could square away this video. Right about there. Your feet come together at the end, then slowly and mindfully turn the right foot 90 degrees to the right, then do the same with the left. Then turn the right foot again 90 degrees and again follow with the left. This should complete your turn and you should be facing the opposite direction. Here she goes again, right? She stops, turns her foot, meets it with the left, turns it again, meets it with the left. Now that's a formal turn. I like to teach it here so you know it, but you can turn any way you want to. You don't have to do it in a formal way. In fact, the Buddha doesn't talk about that at all. He just talks about walking back and forth. Thank you, Karma. Oh, she did such a good job. The benefits of walking meditation are many, but besides being potentially easier for those with physical challenges, It also removes the two greatest hurdles to meditation, that of anxiety and laxity, meaning because we're active, that urge to get up and move is eliminated. Likewise, the obstacle of feeling sleepy, dull, or bored is also removed, helping us to maintain that clear, bright, alert state of heightened awareness we strive for in meditation. Any questions? Oftentimes people look at walking meditation as kind of a break from sitting meditation. You might notice if you've been to some meditation centers, a very popular technique, and one, in fact, that the Buddha recommended, was they'll do maybe 20 minutes of sitting meditation, and then they'll get up and slowly pace around the circle in the room for about 10 minutes. Then they'll do another 20 minutes of seated meditation. Most people see walking meditation as somehow a little break from the more important practice of seated meditation. The Buddha did not recommend this at all. The Buddha found that walking meditation was very powerful. It was a standard part of everyone's practice. There's even accounts of monastics who achieved enlightenment through walking meditation. Um, they're different. So often when people are doing walking meditation, they somehow think at some point they're going to have the same experience as seated meditation, but you won't, and they're not supposed to be the same. In seated meditation, because you're not having all the activity, yes, you can go much deeper, but sometimes that can be a downside because sometimes we can just fall into dullness and we think we're having a really productive, amazing meditation. Wow, something's happening. I'm going deep and losing my focus of everything. But most of the time, that's not a profound mental state. That's subtle dullness, and it's a trap in meditation. So, in walking meditation, it eliminates that trap. And walking meditation, when you do it really successful, you're not going to get that really deep experience. It's a different experience. No better, no worse, but it can be really impressive. I like to do things a little different. I like to start with walking meditation because somehow it really prepares me for sitting meditation. So I'll do sitting, walking, sitting, walking. But I'm a huge fan of walking meditation. They say that the Buddha started his day with walking meditation, first thing he did, and he recommended all the monks do it throughout their day, right? So I just wanted to show you just how important and how profound walking meditation is. Don't treat it as just an alternative. It is profound and it should be a very big part of your practice. Okay. So, any questions? Are you excited? We get to experiment with some new meditation techniques. Oh, that's great. I do walking meditation multiple times every single day. Okay, if there's no questions, let's get on to our closing thoughts. So this week's practice, we want to incorporate the four classic positions into our daily practice. Now, you can do this by engaging in seated meditation as your main daily practice, then standing meditation for short periods throughout the day whenever you get a chance. Standing meditation, it's great when you're waiting in line at the store. You'll be so patient. Then walking meditation as your second daily meditation. So you could do seated as your first, say in the morning, and stand and walking as your second, or you could switch them, do walking first thing in the morning. I do walking meditation with my exercise, right? It doesn't have to be separate. You can get beautiful exercise in with walking meditation. What's different, it's just about what you're doing with your mind. Because walking meditation also doesn't have to be a slower pace. For beginners, that slowness really helps the meditation. But once you get good at it, you can do walking meditation at a quick speed, like you're exercising. It's just the quality and object of your mind that you're working with, right? What you're focusing in. And then, of course, you can do laying meditation just before bed or in the morning when you wake. Lying meditation, standing meditation, they don't have to be long. You could just do each one of them for a few minutes. So I want everybody to have fun with these new positions and experiment and learn how they best work for you. We have a new practice video for you available on our social media. Please use it for your daily practice. In next week's class, which will be our last class of this level 1 series, we'll be learning mindfulness, which is an extraordinary practice for working with the mind. Always remember, I'm a click away for help and support. Please take advantage of our WhatsApp group. And lastly, remember that we have instructors classes taught throughout the week by our instructors in training. Please come and support their classes. They're a whole lot of fun, and I'm there. Um, you can find the times for those classes on our social media. So let's end today's class with our altruistic affirmation. May all be healthy, may all be prosperous, may all be well, may all be present, free of past regret and future worry. May all abide in constant appreciation, which is the source of great joy and contentment. May all realize their true nature and the true nature of reality, which is awakening. Thanks everybody for coming. I had so much fun. See everybody tomorrow for our daily online meditations. And remember, SBT was created for one purpose, to support the practitioners. Okay, friends, bye-bye.